Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Mary.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Chicago's trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Oh my God. Here it is! Just reported.
The tape never lies.
The people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition over the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now they're all stuck like the Jew and now and later. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack scrolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. What we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unchair. The tape never lies, the truth, you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Trick Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it. 1
Keeping it 100.
2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Tape never lies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo! This is Claudio the Barber, and this is TTNL, Keeping It 100, the best bear show on the planet, bar none. Listen, it's Tyson, the secret Bagent's world, and we're all just living in it. The 53-man roster is set, and next up is the fucking pack. We got a lot to talk about. Let's bring on the boys. Shayne, the smartest man, Marcel.
Hey.
The draft, Dr. Phil. Listen, you made it just in time. You're on.
You're on the air. You made it.
I need that drop. Where is
You're
it?
on the air, baby. You're on. You did it. You made it.
I did. I made it off the practice field. Big first scrimmage tomorrow night for the Southington Venom. And we were out there getting ready.
Our parents invited. This is a parent-free.
Parents stay off the field. Stay off the field with Coach Phil.
Started already, huh, Phil?
It's always on, Claudio.
I know.
You never know who's watching.
Yes!
We need Angelo. I called Angelo to go up into the booth to broadcast, to be the PA announcer. But Angelo is unavailable. Look, I totally am coming off the field. Clip it. Whatever. I got the whistle on, Shane. Should I give a whistle?
Go ahead. Do it.
No, don't let Ivan hear that.
Take that. You got to take
Don't let Ivan hear that. Ivan,
Don't do that shit.
Oh, yeah, right.
That fucking
He's
screen.
Don't wake him up. He's sleep. He's napping.
He's sleeping. Sorry, Ivan. The whistle. I'm putting it down, Ivan. Putting the whistle down.
Hey, check out Claudio's shirt.
Yeah, pancakes.
Pancakes.
There you go.
There it is.
Pancake. Hopefully we get a few.
Mine. I can't wait for.
Hopefully we get a few pancakes tomorrow at the scrimmage. Shane. Big
Yeah.
Tate Ferguson and Connor.
You had a couple turd Fergusons storming your studio a little bit earlier at the end of the All Access
Oh
show.
my God, that was classic, right?
Yeah, at least the house didn't burn down.
We should. Hopefully, we should go back and clip that because that could be a drop.
Yeah,
Yes, Shane and I, we went live for the patrons on a pop-up show. Ted Phillips. It's a pop-up show, Ted. We went up and we started talking about obviously what's on everybody's minds right now. And I think that's where we kick it off tonight, Shane, as we get the pleasantries aligned. You fans, this is it. The Chicago Bears are setting the deck. I do have to give the Bears brass some credit, bringing Ian Cunningham and Poles out there to kick off the season after they made these moves, Shane. Obviously, that happened. Like, I don't know if did you stay live with that after I had to go to the fire alarms?
I did not. No,
Okay.
but it was. I mean, they came right out, and I mean, I think the biggest thing to take away was Tevin reverting to IR, but will be designated to return. You know, they said that it's not an injury that they think is serious, but anything with Tevin Jenkins is serious because he's never on the field. You know what I mean? I go back to the 32 games or 33 career games he's played in 19. And out of those 19 that he's played in, only 11 of them are over 50% of the snaps. And like what Cars pointed out, 50% of the fucking snaps shouldn't be a fucking bar. I mean,
Right.
So it's a fucking issue. It's why you have him in any roster, any depth chart in pencil. He's not in pen. He doesn't deserve to be in pen, and you cannot consider him moving forward as being a part of your team. He's just there until his contract runs out, or you just completely move on from him and trade him and give him a
You're
fresh
fired
start.
up. 2 calf strains, no answers to Tevin.
Yeah.
But there's frustration, obviously, because you know why it frustrates, and I guess we start with Tevin Jenkins because he will be placed on IR tomorrow, correct? And then they'll make another move or bring someone up from the practice squad.
No, it'll be Trent Taylor will be added to the roster because that hasn't happened yet. Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to talk about Trent Taylor, but I got to address the Jenkins. Listen, that was my guy. I felt like he is a dancing bear left tackle. You've seen the high-end splash pancakes and power at the point of attack from Tevin Jenkins. There's no questioning the talent there, but the frustration lies in the ability to stay healthy and the ability to buy in to what it is that you're doing. Whether it be talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. So if you're buying in, you got to buy in. Listen, I love the player, but if you're going to be an odd bird and not listen, I'm not a fan of Simo. Okay. I'm not a fan of Getsy, Alan Williams. I don't even know who Eberflus is. I will know by week 3. Week 1 will be a defining moment of who Flus is on this network. But Simo, I don't know. But if Simo is my coach, I got to do what Simo tells me to do and do it at the best of my abilities.
Right. Does it give you any
buying in? I can't justify.
In terms of Simo, does it give you any confidence that it's pretty clear who his top offensive tackle was? You know what I mean? Because you were there with Darnell, right? Everybody was. So I mean, I look at it from that lens, but you don't have there. if you say that you have answers on anybody on this coaching staff, if you say that you have definitive answers on the quarterback, if you say that you have definitive answers on Tevin Jenkins, it's just false hope, and it's based on nothing but false hope. Yeah, so this is the season where you're going to get some questions answered. You're going to get them answered at quarterback. You're going to get them answered at offensive line. I mean, Darnell Wright's going to be here next year. Yeah. Is there a pathway that there's 4 new offensive linemen with Darnell Wright? There could be a pathway to that depending how it works out. We don't know.
Listen,
so we'll see.
This season is determined by the offensive line's ability to get off the ball and protect the quarterback and the run game. No doubt about it. The Bears have so much potential on paper, but paper champions have lost each and every year. So to your point, I can listen, this kid Feeney they trade for could come in here and set a tone that isn't expected. I don't like the move of Lucas Patrick at center, moving Cody White. It's the same shit all the time with the Bear now.
Well, this is what I made. I made the comment, Phil, and this if I was the GM, I am going to gamble on Dieter's upside versus gambling on Lucas Patrick's injury history.
I'm with you. I am so with you. Listen, I'll be keeping it 100. It crushes me because my eyes don't lie. I'm not pulling for Dieter because I've become close to Dieter. I am pulling for the tape that introduced me to Dieter, and every time he's done what is needed to be done. And you pointed out, when you look at the odds of what he's had to face to get to the NFL and then the opportunities they kept giving him. So here we are. And I'm not at mid-season form at all, Antoine. I am going out every day, and all day, except for when I go to work, is about football. And the Chicago Bears made some moves that I love and some that I scratch my head at. And that's been a pattern every time. Now, I know I'm with you, Shane. That would have been my move. I would have gambled on Dieter's upside. He's been here for 4 years?
Yeah.
In 2 administrations. He started
because they didn't bring him in. Because it seems
they
didn't bring in Dieter.
They offered him the practice squad,
but they've kept him around, though. That's the thing. They see something, and they wanted him back again. But I see both sides of the fence. I see Dieter's point of view, and hopefully he gets a deal worked out someplace where he can get a shot. But at the same time, it's clear that 2 regimes have seen something in him.
Yeah,
to keep him. You're not just keeping him around to keep him around. And I mean, it doesn't need to be the focal point of this show, but I'm just saying what I would do. I would rather gamble on youth and upside than, well, maybe Lucas Patrick is fantastic in the locker room. Well, that's why Justin's there. That's why you went out and said that Roshan Johnson could be a character, pillar piece of this franchise. That's why Tremaine Edmonds, you paid all that money to. Eddie Jackson seems to have, figured things out in terms of being a vocal leader on and off the field. Lucas Patrick being on this roster isn't going to make or break it. And if we're going to piss and moan about Tevin Jenkins not being available, what's Lucas Patrick done?
Now, Lucas Patrick was the prick, if you remember. That prick that Ryan Poles talked about has not shown up on the football field. In fact, it was as pathetic as it could be at guard. We have not seen him at center. In fact, it's almost like the center of the Bermuda center triangle, because it seems like anybody not named Mustafa is hurt on in practice or one snap or before the season starts. So we haven't had a center viably healthy since Mustafa, and you know what we feel about that. So Lucas Patrick, listen, he can turn around and shove it down our throats. That would be
I
a
hope
benefit.
he does.
I
hope he does.
But all we can go by is the tape and the history of the Bears. From Kyle Long, let's move him to left guard. Let's move him to right guard. Let's move him to right tackle. Let's put him at left tackle. They never can just get it right to build cohesiveness and get there to where they are. Now, again, diabetic coochie. It is preseason. It is preseason. But we're setting the table with pride and truth in regards to what it is we're going to do. What are the Bears going to do? Because after Bears-Packers on BHL, you're going to be waiting for a rant. And I'm going to bring a rant because they're going to tell me who they are. Who is that offensive line? Now, I can tell you this. Jatari Carter, huge question mark on that guy. He was drafted by this football team. That gives me pause. Okay, he made it. And then we can go down the line of this. I'm with Shane. I would have gambled on upside and power at the point of attack. It's undeniable. And I've never gone, oh, a guy, he's not good because nobody else picked him up. Well, nobody drafted Johnny Unitas. Nobody. We can go down the whole fucking list. How many GMs passed on Tom Brady? That doesn't mean shit. The tape never lies. That's where we're going to. Tevin Jenkins.
You can't get mad about
history. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
You can't say that they didn't get claimed, so they're not good, and then be mad that the Bears released that they released Travis Gibson. He didn't get claimed either, but he did sign about an hour ago with the Tennessee Titans. They released the guy, so he's going to be on their active 53. Now I see, but yeah, don't listen,
that's
guys.
A whole other story. The Travis Gibson becomes, for me, that was the one area. All right, I know we're jumping around. You get me so excited, but
they addressed that. They
said
they were very honest.
Yeah, I say I call bullshit. Yep. I do, Shane. I've coached this game for 30 plus years. I've been.
I get it. I get it.
There's no fucking. He's not a 3-4 outside linebacker. He's an edge rusher, and he's better than Robinson, and he's better than Green. So whatever the story is there, it isn't scheme. So that was the one thing that I was concerned. And I listened to them because I don't know who it was. It could have been friend of the show, Courtney Cronin or Potash. One of those guys would, or it could have been another reporter. I don't remember who it was, but they asked about Gibson, but turned it around to Green. And we're like, well, what does he have that Gibson? However they worded it was great, right? And well, we saw him in practice. He's an athlete. He's athletic. But the fucking thing that drove me nuts, that Notre Dame connection, Shane, it had to drive you crazy. And I'm like, what? Listen, I will never lie about I have not watched his tape to tell you where I stand right now. I'm not I called it all year. I'm not that guy. I have to know. I don't know what this kid did with Indy. I haven't had time to go to the tape and look at it. But I know this. Travis Gibson backed into a corner, played like a fucking caged lion, and did everything in his power to say, I belong here. And the Bears passed on him. Tennessee obviously signed him. I loved Travis Gibson. I can't say that he didn't have a fair chance. I do question if politics were involved in it. I do. And or his not buying in, as we talked about on the the patron show, Shane? Is it going to keep me awake at night? No, because I'm going to trust the process. But for me, are you with me? Travis Gibson makes Phil Etoshin's 53.
Oh, yeah, I'm not letting him walk for 0.
I'm with
when I don't understand the green stuff, and hopefully he comes out and proves me wrong. But and I've heard people say that we talked about it on the All Access show a few hours ago. You know, they talked about how great he's looked in practice. Well, let's just hit the pause button and back up a little bit. In practice, most of them are not in pads. The offensive line has been banged up, and when the offensive line is at full strength, there's still question marks. And oh yeah, you can't tackle anybody. So how fantastic and has he been, you know, at practice? I know he had a couple of good days in Indy. That's great. I haven't seen it on the field with him. So we'll see.
We're going to see, and I'm with you 100%. I think we're step for step so far, and I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm going to trust the process. Ivan, let's bring Ivan in here real quick. Ivan, jump in real quick. You going to trust the process, or are you with Shane and me a little? That was the eye raise, the Eberflus, Matt Eberflus eyebrow raise. Was that, or were you on board? Travis, go on, move on.
The way I see it is Travis had a year to go prove his worth. And then one off season, we see a flash. I mean, is that enough? You know what I mean? Is that enough? Like that's my only thought process. He is a veteran player, and he's not a bad, you know, overall, you know, person in the locker room on top of being a good player on the field when he is healthy. But to me, it's not as concerning as what starting 5 they're going to put out there for the O-line. You know what I'm saying? Like that, losing a Travis Gibson isn't as concerning as what is the O-line going to do that we have out here? What are the players that we have on the roster going to do right here, right now? I'm looking at it, and I told Shane, I want to see the first 4 weeks, and then we'll know what the hell is going on. We'll know where their flaws are, what they are, and what they aren't. But everybody, like for me, to save myself from anxiety and driving myself crazy, I have to almost take a step back and be like, all right, it hasn't looked amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but I can't go out there and fully say, all right, they're going to be complete shit because, you know, of a few drives here and there in the preseason where they are still working on stuff. But I'm just not going to judge them on that. I'll wait till I get full game reps before I go ahead and make judgments.
Jeremy, Shane and I addressed this. This isn't how you scout. It never is. And he did get picked up by the Tennessee Titans tonight. He signed with them onto their 53. So here's my pushback. And this is where I question, okay, the kid they signed, Rashid, how do we say his last name?
Khalid Kareem.
Khalid
Kareem, yeah.
Between Green and Khalid. So Khalid from Notre Dame, how many sacks does he have in his career? One. Okay. So the numbers people can go look at those stats. For me, I'm trying to trust. Thank you, Jerry. I'm trying to trust the scouts and everybody. But let me tell you this. Travis Gibson has done it. And when you put somebody on Front Street and the only opportunity they have is preseason and they step up and do it, to me, that's putting them on notice and them stepping up. For you to turn around and ignore that, not you, Ivan, the GM to do that, to me, I don't play like that. You freaking stepped the fuck up and you played your ass off. Great. I'm going to have to buy it. What is Dominique Robinson? I have no clue.
I think
he looks like new Al Muhammad.
You're right. And but the thing is that at this point, like I said, they gave Travis that year. That was his trial year. I'm sure they tried to trade him in the preseason because he had a good preseason, and they're like, hey, maybe we could go ahead and get something out of him. But like I said, they're going to play their guys now, Phil. Like it's the nature of the beast. Like they drafted their guys. They gave him a shot as a veteran. You got to give him some credit, a whole year. And now they're going to go ahead and see what this guy has, because this guy is still.
Here's our point, Shane. I think you and I are on the same. Last year, Trevis Gibson is playing with a bowl full of jelly on the defensive line. To say that D line sucked and was getting and ask him to be the one guy to step. I was at the Cowboys game. I saw him miss 3 sacks, right? It sucks. You fucking missed 3 sacks, right? But he was there to make, like, that's where you're learning. This is a young football player. I don't like the move. I think he played to stay on the roster.
I think what's important that we have to realize too is we're not talking about a starter at any point,
exactly.
and Dominique Robinson isn't supposed to be a finished product right now, and we knew that when he was drafted, that he was extremely raw. I mean, this is a guy that was a wide receiver, for Christ's sake, like 3 years ago,
right?
In college. So Terrell Lewis, you guys have heard me talk about him a lot this offseason, but he's when I say DPR, that's designated pass rusher. That's who he is. Is he going to hold up in the run game? No. And they're like, well, Saban played him. Well, yeah, when you're up by fucking 40, people aren't running the football against you. They're throwing the football to try to get back. So you put these fastballs out there to go. My guess is he's going to be back tomorrow. We still have slots open on the practice squad. I think Terrell Lewis will be added back to the roster. I think that they're going to, don't think just because they claimed Khalid Kareem that he's going to be here all year long for the Bears. He's not. He's a backup end. They're going to give him
defensive end, Shane.
Yeah.
As of Green Bay, it's going
Ngakoue
to be
and Walker.
Green, or it's Ngakoue and Walker. That
would be my guess.
But we both agree that we on tape thought Walker was a better 3 technique than we've seen in a long time here.
Yeah,
right?
but he's a veteran. I don't think that they needed to give him reps there. He's 29 years old. He's been in the league for 7 years. Mm-hmm. That is something that you may not want to put out there for other teams to see. Well, which he hasn't played anyway. You can see them when they get into these 3rd and longs, and we know that we're going to see that deep in route on 3rd and 14 for a 19-yard gain. You may see him reduce down inside, and then they'll bring some of these DPRs, off the edge. Because listen, you have to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah,
you're going to get fucking nickel. You're going to get nickel and dime to death. But
let me address this. I'm sorry, Derek. What we do here is watch tape. So every pressure that he had or sack came from playing a 3 tech, not at defensive end, playing a 3 tech. And X's with the O's with my father and Shane. We went through every fucking sack he had and showed everybody his get off inside and what a better football player he looked to be there. So trust me, we don't speak from the hip here. I'm looking at this guy, and Shane, again, you are the smartest man. That could be, okay, 3rd down, he slides in and plays that 3 tech. The thing that gives me pause, well, if you watch tape, Derek, you'd know that was the truth. So that's the Derek Brown story. But the reality is, here's the pause that I have with the defensive coordinator and the defensive line coach. Gervon Dexter
just
is
real
not
quick,
a 3 technique.
But Derek, That's literally what I just said about 45 seconds ago. I said on 3rd and long, you reduce him down, push him inside, and let him do his thing. You bring in the DPRs on the outside to go get the quarterback.
Say that he would be a fucking turnstile is like saying Chris Zorich, who weighed 270 pounds, was a turnstile at the fucking
Walker's
It's not even fucking true.
Walker's 280, by the way. He's not 270.
It's not even fucking true. This guy plays with great pad level and pride. He ain't getting to be a turnstile. This is the kind of shit that you look at a stat. He's 280. He's going to get. How much did fucking my favorite defensive lineman to ever play, John Randall, weigh? 280? 278? On a good day, he was 260. Probably. Hall of Famer, Derek. Come on. Zorich sucked at 3 technique. I guess you didn't watch any tape, Bojan. Guess you're running for the fucking Atlanta Falcons. Please.
6'1", 290.
Trust me. As Todd Perry said, he was all of 265. Anyway, not going to get in a pissing contest on my boy Chris Zorich. Calling him a turnstile is ridiculous. At 6 foot, 297 or whatever, 280 that Chris played at. And as Shane said, my guy Walker is 280 pounds. He's 6'4".
Nobody ever here said that he's a full-time 3-tech and that's where you're going to leave him and play him. No, his entire career has been one based off versatility, and that's what we're talking about. When I said he's going to reduce down on 3rd and longs, of course.
And then when he gets sacked, when he makes sacks and plays at the 3-tech, Derek, guess what? On a pass rush, what is a turnstile? So he can pass rush and all of a sudden can hold his own? That stuff is dog shit. It's dog water. It's not watching the tape. I'll tell you that. Walker held up at 3 technique versus the run too. He did. And listen, I believe that's his best bet. Let's see how he plays. Let's see how he plays at defensive end. Dominique Robinson, huge question mark. A guy they picked. Shane's 100% was a receiver. The other guy, Green, is just a guy to me. I don't see it. And I agree with Shane. He's dominating practice. Well, remember that fucking month long of potash and everyone's, you got 6 sacks today, Muhammad. You know, what is it like? We're fucking playing in shorts and helmets. Short. How did Muhammad do in the game? Jesus.
6 sacks and shells. Shells and shorts. Shells and shorts getting 6 sacks.
God, if you got 6 sacks today, they couldn't block you.
Oh, Weeder was on his podcast. Well, they did it yesterday, but brought it out this morning, and he had the Justin Fields interception stats in 11 on 11s in training camp.
The tape never lies. If Mike Glennon was a fucking baller, I would show you on fucking tape. Milliseconds, Shane. Milliseconds if he was thrown. The tape is the thing that tells me. No doubt Ngakoue is going to give you the same thing. Did you watch Ngakoue play the run in preseason? He played it damn well in that game. Can he do it? Yes. Does he have a label? Yes. Sometimes players get labels. Come here, play hard. I don't know what Alan Williams is. I trust Alan Williams less than the local fucking politician or the town appraiser here in Southington. And that's where I am. Hopefully, these guys step up in this defensive, because just like the offensive line, the defensive line and the offensive line are going to be the difference of winning the game. Justin, he only is going to, you have to protect this guy. He's an unknown too. They have to go out there and define who they are on the stage. The only guy we know about, truthfully, Mercedes Lewis, but he's long in the tooth, right? But we know DJ Moore is a goddamn animal, right? That's a guy that's a known. Is there any other knowns on our team right now? A known that you could say, yeah, this guy.
Well, I mean,
there's potential there. Like,
yeah.
But DJ Moore is the one guy you could say,
right,
this motherfucker comes to ball. Mooney, I believe, is in that area for me.
Yeah, that was actually, you bring him up in the reaction to PFF Brad's
what was it?
Clickbait tweet that was linked to an article that he wrote about, that Darnell Mooney was, being talked about in trade discussions.
They cleared that up.
Oh, he didn't even get asked about it. Ryan Poles said it himself. He goes, I saw that. I'm like, he's like, I don't know where these things come from. He's like, yeah,
Dude, I laughed at that because that's just the GM. I tip the cap to you, Ryan Poles. That's taking some narrative bullshit and being a new age bear. That's a step in the right direction. Take bullshit, call it out. No, that's not true. Just like he called out, we did not try to trade Gibson. And that's where
he came out and said that Travis never came and demanded a trade.
Yeah, exactly.
That never happened.
Clear that up. He never came to be asked to be traded. So those things I respect. Like, it seems like the Bears take a couple steps forward. They're like Paul Abdul. They take 2 steps back. The unknowns, the excitement for me is there, though. Like, listen.
We just need to get to week 1, Phil. We just need to get to fucking week 1.
God.
Like, that's
I saw one guy. You guys are talking about Gibbs. What the fuck are we supposed to talk about, Charlie? TP3 pod, whatever. C3PO pod. Listen, we're talking about the Bears making these moves. Tremaine Edmonds, Nate, you're right. I think he's referring to my question. I would say he's a known commodity to me. Some people will disagree with that, but for me, he is. I'm with you there. Listen, there's excitement in the air. I fucking absolutely love the pickup of my guy, Taylor. I love it. I think that hidden yard, this punt returner is a fearless.
Did you hear him? Did you hear Ryan Poles talk about him?
No.
His phrasing that he used to talk about Trent Taylor. They said, what is, your favorite attribute about him? And he said, consistency. When the other team punts the football to us, I can get up, go to the bathroom, grab something to drink, and come back and know that we're going to have the ball. So
dude, I feel the same. Shane, when you told me, fuck, I'm like, oh no, what happened? And then you wrote, Trent Taylor was released by the Get him now is my exact. I don't know if they will. They fucking got Taylor. We had that moment again, Shane. You always give me those moments. They fucking got I go, get the fuck out. They did. I get excited. Now, those hidden yards. I'm talking, we talked about this on our pop-up show today. When you put your feet at the 20 and the punter is on the other field's 20, or he's on the 30 and he's punting, and that ball is up and it's coming in front of you, you run up, fair catch it, and get all those yards for your offense. Those things to an OC and a quarterback and a play caller, the difference between calling a play at the 12-yard line versus the 34-yard line is immensely different. It just opens up the things that you are willing. And that's what this kid is going to do. And everything else is gravy. Everything else is gravy because he is a fearless. He's going to be a fucking, I know there's a lunatic in the fucking chat, but he's a lunatic in the punt return because he will catch a ball and run fucking straight through a wall. He's a legit twitchy slot receiver. And listen, this is a great move. And I didn't hear that part from Poles, but I don't go to the bathroom when I enjoy.
Oh no, I don't think Poles does
I know what
either.
he's saying.
I think it was a message being sent that
to
Velus.
Yeah,
and they brought up Velus, and they said they're not done with him at punt. They're still going to be working with him at punt return. And to me, that I wouldn't even bring that up. Like I said, Velus to me showed a couple of things at wide receiver at the end of the year. He's never going to be
kick returner. That's it.
Kick returner and spot player.
Gadget.
Even
gadget guy.
Kick returner, I question because it's not smooth with the transition from being trying to catch it. It's not smooth.
He was among the league leaders,
but
he kick returner. But
he does have. I disagree. I think he is very opposite of Taylor with chaos coming down on him. When it's way in front of him, he's going to catch it. And listen, there's no doubting the guy's built like a tailback.
I was talking about Velus. Well, are you talking about Velus or Taylor?
I'm talking about Velus.
Okay.
Velus in the standing in the end zone with the ball coming down to him, he's not afraid to catch it. When he's standing at the 20 and it's punted, he chokes. Let's just call it. He's got the yips. He's done. He's a gadget. Maybe he turns into a consistent wide receiver. That would be up to him. But he is not there, and he is only a kick returner. Watch. Week 1, 3rd and 2. He's out there, empty set. They're running fucking bubble screen to him. If he drops it, this is another fucking Velus and Getsy bullshit. Like, he has not earned big moment, 3rd and 2, let's give him the ball. And that's the Nagy and Getsy shit that I just lose my mind over. That, again, I'm projecting. This is what I'm concerned with, but maybe it won't happen. But hopefully it's not going to happen. I don't have that. Do you have trust in Velus? No, I don't.
No, my thoughts on Velus Jones are out there in the stratosphere the night they drafted him.
Yep.
Doesn't mean that I'm not going to give him a chance, but punt returner, no, that's to me.
He doesn't even practice punt
maybe you just tell him that's off your plate completely.
Exactly.
And maybe that makes a difference in his head.
Shane, football is a 90% mental.
Oh yeah.
If just focus on kick returning and focus on your running your fucking routes and catching the ball. Punt return, we got our guy. Your amazing point. That might propel him into something better than we all think he could be. And hopefully they do that. The fact that he's standing out there, no, we're not going to. Listen, we're step for step tonight, kid. We're not debating.
Yeah.
Just
ready for some fucking football, man. Even that, fuck week 0 in college, which is the dumbest thing ever.
No.
I mean, week 0. Let's just. I'm ready for it all to get here.
Listen, I'll answer this guy's question. Where did it go? I don't know if he's being a smart ass.
This one.
Right. Yes. Listen, Wonder Donkey. Said it all in your fucking name, you jackass. Here we go. The other 10%. First of all, it's 9 because 1% of the world is even in the NFL. So another 9% is ability, toughness, and determination of those abilities. There is a quote from my uncle, Sam Rutigliano. I've lived by this. Everybody's got great players in the NFL. This isn't your local high school or college or whatever. They could come from Shepherd or Southern Mississippi State University. It doesn't matter. It's up to the coach to get that 10% extra out of those players. And the great coaches do.
So what was a 1%? Again, I'm confused. I was confused at that 1%.
We'll say 89% mental to make the math work, Ivan. The 1% is 1% of the world makes it to the NFL. They're 1%ers. Think about it. How many? Do the math. One out of that's why Shayne's story on Dieter as a fucking rugby player, never playing football in his life, going to the States, trying it out, earning a scholarship to full ride to play at Yale to only get picked up in COVID year. I mean, the odds of this happening is outrageous. It could be less than 1%. It could be. But that's where they are. That's why it's the greatest game in the world. It's the ultimate team sport. And to find these players, it's just crazy. And numbers lie. So I could be doing the math wrong, Keith. No,
I'm not smart.
What?
89% mental. You have to be mentally tough to play this game. And if you're not watching the stories of Johnny Manziel, who had every ability to be amazing and mentally he couldn't do it, right? If you're not looking at Jerome Bettis limping out of his bed to get to work, you don't think he's mentally tough to do it? And we can go on and on. We talk about these guys. Sometimes, even I always go back to Charles Leno. The Walrus and Speed Bump Charlie. He was bad, right? But he still was in that 1% of the NFL. And he has a ton of talent. He just didn't do it and perform the way you would want on that level. So there you go. 1.6% of college football players make it to the NFL. There is, hey, Sean Stewart, my boy, there is a Roku movie. If you have a Roku TV, inside the draft, they go into the Cowboys, have full access to the draft story.
They get all the way up to pick number 10 and they start rolling them off. I'm like, oh, this is going to be pretty dope. They get some behind the scenes footage and they're like, pick 10, Darnell Wright, pick 11, pick 12, 13, 14.
You could skip all of them.
Yeah.
But it is a good insight into it. And Jerry Jones talks about there's 750,000 college players. It was 150,000 college players and only 250 get drafted. So whatever that number is, think about it. Think about it. And listen, this is the show. There's no script. We're going with you guys. We're going with you guys. Stats are for losers.
You know how I feel about stats. Really, stats are for losers.
That's right. The best that ever did it. The best that ever. Cole Kmet, what's up with him? He got paid and he's hurt, Shane?
Is he hurt? He didn't practice today?
No, he didn't practice again today. So there's worry in the Notre Dame community, Shane.
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, he was at the Cubs game last night. He did an interview today. He didn't, I don't know.
Maybe they just kept him out today.
I thought he got hurt in that last preseason game on the sideline there when he took that hit. I thought he broke his leg first. I'm like, oh Jesus, that didn't look good. But yeah, I think Cole practiced today.
He was listed that
Brisker was out, and who was there was another one. I thought Cole practiced.
Brisker was out. Someone give it to us. Brisker was out. I thought it was Komet, Brisker, and somebody else out today. 3 guys. Bojan, Bijan, he's over there. Komet is Cole practice. Obviously, Tevin, Ryan Billings.
Yeah, Dylan Cole. Yeah, that was Ryan Cox.
Dylan Cole.
Yeah.
That's where the Cole.
Yeah, in a totally different financial stratosphere, different position, same color, same helmet.
Different Cole.
Yeah.
Here's a good question: will the Chicago Bearhead be on the middle of the field, Shane?
No.
I saw NFL Network has changed.
They already announced that it will not be in the middle of the field.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I missed.
My bet is they're waiting for if and when.
Don't steal Shane's. Don't steal Shane.
Yeah,
he got mad at me for using.
It's going to be Arlington Heights. Yeah, they're going to, when they're still in the city, it's going to be a C out there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Once again, well, Ivan and you are right. Yep. What's up with Nate Davis? We all want to know.
He practiced today.
Oh,
he was out there. Yep.
Listen, he has this pattern. Well, we were told by a teammate that this is what he does during the preseason. That's why Nate Davis to me is so good. So maybe I got to put him on that list of a known commodity. He's a pimp. Although someone got so offended with the term pimp, we might have to change our acronym.
Yeah.
But I'm getting right on that. I got to change this. But
you guys take that down. There's children that watch his show. You fucking cunts. Go to bed.
But he is that guy that's going to make his name known here. He is a very good interior offensive lineman and very consistent in his technique. So again, the pro personnel people found a guy there. I like it. Hopefully, yeah, Garrick. He does take Claudio's advice and serves up some pancakes on Sunday.
So. That's why they gave him 30 mil.
Gave him 30 mil. And then you got our guy, the TTNL Network's choice for draft all through the offseason as we broke down all the offensive tackles. And we came away in consistency with Darnell Wright, and Darnell will be out there. Although Larry Borum showed up and he was on the hot seat, obviously talked about, he worked his ass off. I think you got to give him some props to be this right now. He's the swing.
Well, he got in shape. I think that was the biggest part of it. He was not in shape last year in season. He was very, very sloppy in the midsection. You could see it, and it affected his mobility. So getting in shape obviously helped him, bought into the hits philosophy a little bit and laid off the Twinkies and took football a little bit serious. But he knows what's next. It's a payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, I am on the record. I'm glad they brought the kid Collins back on the practice squad. I thought he really played well. I know he's an older guy.
He was a rookie at 27 coming out of Oklahoma. Yeah. It's his third year in the league, and he's 30 years old.
Swanky, like.
Yeah.
Swanky. Oh, my God. But listen, I'm glad they signed him. They did sign our guy Travis Bell to the practice squad. And
yeah, I think that was, I mean, I would have been floored if he wasn't back. I didn't expect him to get claimed by anybody, but I would have been absolutely stunned if he wasn't added back to the practice squad in Chicago. And I said that
he's there.
That's a major feather in Travis Bell's cap, being the first ever draft pick out of Kennesaw and making the practice squad for an NFL team. That's quite an accomplishment. And I think the brighter things are definitely in his future. He's gonna be on the active roster this season at some point.
I totally agree.
I could see that.
I totally agree with that. I am a big fan of that kid. I thought he played better again in preseason. When he was given those reps, I thought he played better than Dexter. Again, Dexter, to me, has a lot of work to do. I heard the GM he articulated it very politically. Shane, did you hear what he said? Did you happen to hear?
I think
got to get him out of some of his habits.
But I think that makes sense, because when you're doing something a certain way, it's just like with footwork. Justin Fields, and we used to talk about it with Jay Cutler. You can work on your footwork all off season, and then when you have 5 guys running at you full speed to take your head off, you're going to revert to what's most comfortable for you. So I don't think it's bullshit. I buy into that, and I've seen improvement from Dexter. Is he where he needs to be? No, not by any means. But I just think that the Bears from Jump Street have taken a long-term approach with him, and they know that there's going to be bumps in the road. But again, this is not a kid that was anywhere near a finished product in college football when he came out. Just turned 21 before the draft, very, very young, started playing football very, very late. So he's early, and he's got a lot to work on, 100%.
Right.
Zach Pickens will probably have a better rookie year than Gervon Dexter. And people that are interested in stats will say that's because Gervon sucks and all of that. And it's not that. Stories aren't written in training camp. Stories aren't written in rookie years. We've seen guys come out and flash. Devin Aroma should do. How many people got excited about him when he blew up? And then he was gone in a blink of an eye. Gone out of the league. Happens.
For me, Dexter, the story is mental toughness for him. Is he going to apply? Like, I've been around this, like, keep your pad level low and explode and dominate. It's a want to there. If he buys into that, I don't buy I did it this way then on a defensive lineman. Quarterback, yeah. I mean, you're talking footwork, steps, all this stuff you have to do. For me, though, I get you down in the chutes. I don't know if you know what the chutes are, but the fucking chutes, you can't lift your head up, and you are fucking doing it all day. Just take him over there, get him in the chutes, and keep him low and strong and dominate. It's up to him. I think the kid, if he buys in and does the work, then and does that stuff, then he could be something special. And that's really, I mean, we're both saying the same thing, I think, with him. I won't define him by this 1 year. I promise you that. I will point out if he continues to do that lazy shit, if he does that. But I'm not that guy that wants to see this kid fail. And I hate these troll ass pussies that think that I've taken this stance. Me and Shane and Ivan and Cherie and everyone could attest to this. Don't have a script. I go on my tape study. He goes on his. We can disagree, and then we battle it out. And they have to. I'm going to be his number one fucking fan. If he proves me wrong, I'll fucking buy his jersey, for God's sake. But right now, I don't like the player that he is on tape. Hopefully he gets there. I would have went a different way on draft day. And that's a story for another. You can go watch that thing. And then I want to address this because Bullets, credit to you, Bullets. And I'm looking for people that go back, grab highlights of TTNL stuff and put it out there, because there's think about 3 hours of talking and analyzing, plus all those other shows, breaking down tape and going through it. So for me, I just get to the point where I just shake my head and be like, I don't have to say, oh, Phil and Shayne did it. Bullets put out what Shayne talked about, Bagent, right?
Mhm.
And then there's trolls that are saying, well, there's this person that said it. No, that was live during the fucking draft. There was 0 people who said it. 0. There was 0 people talking about them on their draft analysis during the combine, except TTNL. And Shayne kept pushing and pining for this kid. My father talked, listen, that kid's impressive. You can't I don't care if he went to a Division II. Look at him throw the fucking football. This was done then. You can say after, hey, we signed this kid. I really liked him. That's fucking completely, utterly different. The evidence was, and thank you, Bullets, for putting it out there for Shayne, was done in the moment. Like, I would draft this motherfucker. We're sitting there in the 6th round saying that. I would draft this guy coming. That's the difference. That's the difference. Mini rant gets me fired up when people take shots at my boy.
I
hate
it.
that.
It is what it is, dude. But I mean, I've talked about it for years with the Bears at the quarterback position. You don't agree with me. You and I talked about it on the All Access show. I would have claimed Zappy.
Yeah,
I'm bringing another another one in. You check it. There's no downside to it. You bring him in for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, half season, see what you got. And if he's not it, you move off of him. You flip him for a late pick, or you just outright release him. Quarterbacks are worth more.
Would they? I'll ask it like this: how many players would you think the Bears would go after? Like, legit, if they were going to go sign any more, how many more by the end of the week do you think they could pursue?
2.
Or should pursue?
I could see 1 or 2 more moves. I went into this thinking 3, potentially 4 could be claimed. I was a little shocked they didn't go offensive line, because I just think that there's so many questions there, and there was some guys out there. I know the one that everybody was interested in was Mike Dunn, but he actually ended up signing back to Cleveland's active roster. That, he's a guy that would have fit, but there was some guys out there. But me, if I have my GM hat on, I'm bringing yet another young quarterback in here.
I'm with you there. I didn't want to pick up Zappy to clog up. I would pick up a young quarterback to put him on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to take a veteran to do that?
Mm-hmm. I think
you do.
I think Nathan Peterman will be signed tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's will be interesting. Again, that's a good call.
I think Matt Corral. Matt Corral just got waived tonight.
I like that kid.
That's a kid that's got some talent. You know what I mean?
I would not be
kid.
Pick him up.
Buffalo. New England took a massive risk. They're 2 guys behind Mac Jones. They let them both go, and they got them both back today. So, it's the big gamble that you play within the NFL. It's just that, I go back to what Josh Lucas talked about when he was on Hogan Johns. I don't want to say that it's overrated, but I think everybody's saying that every single spot on the 53-man roster is worth its weight in gold. And I don't think that that's true, because guess what? On game day, you dress 46. So those other 7 guys aren't playing anyway. And if I can get a look at a young quarterback that's got NFL experience, to me, it just makes fucking sense.
Listen, for me, there's a reason why I loved Kyle Shanahan. It's because he plays the best no matter what. And you can say whatever it is you want. They got Brock Purdy. They stuck with him. That takes fucking balls. especially when people are trying to pounce. But you go by the tape, you go by the player, and you believe in the process. The Bears tend to protect themselves with their picks and this. I don't know. This is too early. Hopefully, Poles and company are doing the same thing on that level. And Bagent is a first step to showcase that that's what they're about. They didn't give a fuck about Potash. They didn't give a fuck about any of these motherfuckers.
Well, Weeder talked about it today.
PJ Walker that we had to hear.
Pat Finley started a whole thing on Tyson Bagent back in the spring, doing a big story on him and his fam. No. Finley was doing a legit story on his coming out of Shepherd, where he came from, his father's story. And Dan Weeder came out and apologized today, said that he was on Finley on a daily basis, saying, I can't believe you're putting all this work into this. Kid's nothing but a camp arm. And what is any of that based on other than just an assumption? It's not. Listen, Tyson Bagent is not the perfect prospect. When you're talking about guys that are going that late, you have to see something. You have to see, does he have an athletic trait? Does he have a big arm? Yes. To me, I'm shocked he didn't get drafted, because it takes. I don't give a shit if he's at Shepherd or if he plays for the fucking Damascus car bombs in the fucking Afghan league. You see fucking talent there. He's got arm talent, and you know what his biggest attribute is? His fucking composure. He is flatlined. None of it seems too big for him. He's got a ton of stuff that he needs to work on. Matt Waldman had a bunch of stuff that he was breaking down clips during draft time, and he brought them back up and put them back out on Twitter today, and I retweeted all of them. So if you follow me at Wazram on Twitter, go and look at all of my reposts now is what they're called. Go check those out. Matt shows some flaws, shows some things that he likes, but who gives a shit? Listen, you have to be a forward thinker in this league. Being just a fucking good old boy is having Nathan Peterman or PJ Walker be your fucking backup when you're a team like the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields goes down. Roll the fucking dice with this kid. It's not that hard to figure out what the fuck are you going to do with Nathan Peterman.
We've seen.
What are you going to do with PJ Walker?
How many times have we seen
They
this?
They said Peterman's plan is to be the third string, like what was it, practice squad guy, just a veteran presence in the room. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's what they want.
And that's fine. That's fine.
And that's fine. But
that's what I talked about. And I am on record of saying I would have kept Peterman over PJ Walker.
So am I.
And I don't think it was particularly
PJ
close.
Walker signed with the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
Ryan Billings. He signed with the Browns, not with the Bears. I want to say this. Like, if you need any proof, you could just look at Tony Romo. Undrafted, played. Who's Tony fucking Romo? This story has happened.
Who's Kurt fucking Warner? Who's Kurt fucking Cousins? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Time and time again, Gus Frerotte. It's the measure of that percentage that I was talking about with that fucking donkey. It is what you can't measure is the determination of a person's heart. And the talent is there. It's all over the league. There's talent. And unfortunately, a lot of good old boy network decisions get made. And let's just be honest. Ted Phillips and people fought tooth and nail with me and Shane at the old network everywhere we stepped. Oh, he doesn't have anything to do. It says, look at this article. He doesn't have anything to do. It's like the fucking cowardly fucking lion. He had so many things to say and stop and be involved in football. The fucking McCaskies put their faith in some fucking bean counter. It was a joke around the league where he stuck his nose in football decisions every time. It was so embarrassing when it was questioned of the owner or whatever he is, the chairman, George, like him, hate him, love him, whatever. This is just being truthful. You get caught in the politics of your setup. Well, if he doesn't make football decisions, how is he involved with hiring the head coach and the GM who are going? That's a football fucking decision that Ted was involved. Ryan Poles, John Fox, go down the history. And then Shane pointing out the LaDainian Tomlinson blockage and the fuck. We could go on and on. Okay? You're protecting
wasn't just
politics.
They tried to follow that up once it got nixed with Deuce McAllister.
Deuce McAllister, exactly. So now that we have Kevin Warren here, and we have two guys, assistant GM Ian Cunningham and Ryan Poles, when asked about Bagent, and Ian Cunningham tells the story of them walking out to the preseason game. Granted, it's preseason. Someone will fucking have an issue with that. And he just looked at this kid. It's like, this motherfucker, like, I'm quoting him wrong. I'm paraphrasing. This motherfucker has confidence. This guy believes in himself. Hey, that's fucking half the battle right now. There is no doubt Bagent's talent. Is he a finished product? No.
Nope.
But the Bears are doing the opposite of what Ted Phillips would have done. It would have been PJ Walker. It would have been Nathan Peterman. And let's go on and try to stash this young kid. And the fucking Philadelphia Eagles pick him up. And then the rest is, or the next team. I've been down this. Guess what? Keenan McCardle was a fucking Bear. Was a fucking Bear. We can go. There's a lot of players that people don't even know. They were on the fucking Bears only to be cut to go somewhere else and become a Hall of Famer. This is stupid is as stupid does. Ted Phillips is gone. End of story. You're seeing a different, again, Paul Abdul, 2 steps forward. Hopefully they don't take 2 steps back. We're talking about the Chicago Bears, baby. Kurt Warner was not a Bear. He was called to come to a tryout. He got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
Had to postpone it, and the Bears ended up signing somebody else. And I believe it was Jim Miller. I believe that was the story there. But yeah, it was a close. Would they have gotten him? I don't know. But we're talking about the Chicago Bears, the new Chicago Bears. I'm just excited about the season on the brink. Obviously, we got a Labor Day weekend coming up. We had some moves today. Love them or hate them. Leave them. Smash the like button. Leave your favorite move that you've had. Mine clearly was Taylor. I'm excited. They got a punt returner. I love the fact that they did exactly what Shane and I, Eric Kramer was on board with this on this network. They did say, fuck you, Greg Braggs. Tyson Bagent is going to develop as our second string quarterback. We don't need PJ Walker.
So I thought it was a I'm not smart one. There's just too much shit in here.
I'm not smart. Yes.
I got it up.
Oh, he's in Florida on his lovely bit, but me and him had the debate. He's still not giving me credit for winning that debate and saying, listen, if the Bears go the way you're going, Greg, which is to keep PJ Walker and try to stash this, then the Bears are in the same place as they always will be or have been. And they're not. They did you developed this guy behind Justin. And you know what? If Justin can't handle the heat, then he's going to be the wrong guy to be at the kitchen table cooking. Justin, go out there and ball. Do your thing. Play your game. That's what we need to see from Justin Fields. It's performance over politics. That's where it's
I
going
don't
to be.
think this is a very hard question at all. I mean, DJ Moore,
Without
your
a
best
doubt.
player. Yeah,
Without a doubt. With my mind, that like if we were like, ask yourself this, Mo, and anybody else, if you were going to put a cover, if we were going to play Blitz, or if you were going to put a video game cover, who's the bear that's going to, probably Justin Fields, right? But who's the bear that's the one that's going to be the top performer, like on the game? It's going to be DJ Moore, right? He's going to have a higher.
If they had an all Bears Madden cover, it'll be DJ Moore, maybe DJ Moore, Justin, and then who else? Like the third guy.
Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah.
I think he would be on there.
Yeah.
Right? That would
Pat,
be the three.
Pat Scales.
Pat Scales.
Speaking of Pat Scales, Pat O'Donnell got
Yeah.
He got the fucking boot.
Yeah, that one made me smile. I was
That
never
did me too. I'm like,
I was never the whole mega punt myth. You know, he was an athletic punter. Great. I mean,
my God. What
did
did
it pay
that
off?
do?
Yeah. Drafted him in the 6th round. Phil Emery did. But yeah, no, Trenton Gill, he's proved that he belongs in the league. That's for sure.
He fucking bombed some that last preseason game.
He sure did.
At Chicago. Those were fucking bombs. I was like, damn. He outkicked his coverage. It's like me
was
with my wife.
Mercedes Lewis was in fucking Pong, Dan. I mean, that's how old he is.
He was in that 10-yard fight, Dan.
Remember
that game?
Combat? Remember Combat with the fucking tanks? Yeah. Yeah, Mercedes was driving one of them fucking tanks. That's how
You
old
could
he is.
fucking go invisible on that game. Like,
Yeah.
where am I?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Oh my God. But I used to burn fucking tokens on 10-yard fight. Did you ever play that game?
Yeah.
At the arcade?
Oh yeah.
I would just do it to listen to the cadence of the guy.
Right.
I had no idea.
That's
what
the
he was
game.
saying.
The game was bad, but yeah, you just listen to it. Yeah.
You can just press you can do it for like 4 hours. And then you throw, and then they play this music, and you try to bring your blockers. Someone pull up that 10-yard fight, 80s football video. Classic. Your joystick controlled the whole team. So you like moved your blockers. And then if you got tackle, which was innovative, if you made the joystick go like this, Cherie, you could break the tackle, which no video games did that shit. It's like you got touched, you were down. And 10-yard fight was a stepping stone for Madden. You liked NFL Blitz. Claudio liked Blitz. I was never a big fan of that. Here we go.
Oh,
here we go. Oh, come on. Give me the crowd, Claudio, going wild. Here's this music. Where's Cool Kennedy? You move everybody.
Oh, look, there's DeMarcus Walker just got fucking throttled. He's too light.
Go, Taylor. Velus. Is anyone going to get this guy? Oh, he's breaking another tackle. Look at this guy.
It's a fucking Derrick Henry with the stiff arm.
Can someone
Holy fuck.
All his
Here we
blockers
go.
out in front.
Please give me the cadence.
Everybody behind him.
There it is. Thank you. Look at the tight end moving too early. Come on. Is this Canadian? Oh, he's breaking tackles again.
Damn. This all-stop?
Look at this guy.
That looks like all-stop.
Oh, my God.
That's great. That was great. That was awesome.
Dude, production on the moment, guy. We did not plan that.
No, we did not.
That was classic moment. Classic. 10-yard fight. They have these sites that you could play these old video games for free and shit.
Cars has it like in I'm not gonna turn my. But on the other end of my studio, I have the NBA Jam arcade game.
Yeah.
Cars has Cars has NFL Blitz.
Yeah, I wasn't a. You were a fan of Blitz.
I got
Claudio beat my ass in Blitz.
I have the first 3 Blitz. Like I have the old PS. I still have it, but I have the first 3 of them. I don't have the dual shot control, so that sucks. But I enjoy them. I love them.
Yeah, you like that. I mean, I don't hate anybody that likes
Kramer's
it.
on. Kramer's on there.
Kramer.
Yeah,
Claudio
he's
beat
amazing.
my
I beat
ass
him with Kramer. Oh,
Yes, it was Kramer versus Kramer.
Didn't he run in? I think I ran in with Kramer to beat
You
him.
did.
For a touchdown.
Claudio
Ben's
ran
got
the
a double
sweep
dribble.
right throwback.
Yeah, double dribble. We brought that up the
Double.
one night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
talk about
the corner 3 when you're fading out of bounds on the baseline, you can hit it every
you
time.
found that fucking one spot. One spot. Listen, trying to bring you back. Some assholes like, can we talk football? For God's sake, I've been here all night.
Oh yeah,
we don't get a
fucking
break. We
Shayne.
don't do 20 seconds of video coverage.
Right.
We do 3 hours. Although we've
talked about it. We haven't added we've talked about it for years. We got to add the TTNL Madden League for our patrons.
Oh man, that would be great.
Actually, you know what we got to do though is wait. We'll wait until next summer when college football comes back. That would be the fun one.
We give Zorich Notre Dame. I can
I
already see. I don't fucking know how to play this. I can hear him already.
Give him Shayne the first game.
Shut the
Shayne.
fuck up.
Monkey stomp
You got
him.
Shayne the first game.
Yeah.
Bama
you
versus Notre
better
Dame.
slap
Shayne
that
has
stupid
IUPUI.
fucking. You better slap that stupid sign on the way out of the locker room. You're gonna fucking need it, Zorich.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward. That would be fun. We have to do college football TTNL League.
Kenny,
Okay.
are you a patron? If you are, that was the information
Yes.
was sent out.
Sent out. They're doing it.
Let me check and
Keeping
see
it
if
mixed.
Kenny's a patron. Let's put him on the spot here.
Kenny
You better hope
Andrew.
your credit card's not declined because I'll announce it live on fucking air, bro.
This is my dinner, Shayne. I am working
Oh,
hard.
Kenny is a
patron.
former patron.
Former
Former patron.
Oh my god.
So no, Kenny, you're not in the league as a former patron.
I'm eating a Gatorade protein bar. Have you had these?
Yeah, I have.
Yes. Well, that's my dinner tonight, guys. So somebody said I'm not into the show anymore because he's eating.
Mine is Samuel Adams Oktoberfest.
So I worked all day, Ivan. Then I went to practice. Then I'm out on the practice field for 3 hours. Then I go here.
We're gonna track this, Kenny.
Kenny.
You're gonna track this, Kenny.
Kenny Rogers. Hold on. What team, Claudio, if you had to play the college football game, which team would you roll with? Claude?
Wait, think about that first. We have to address this first.
What?
Right here.
The barber?
Caesar. If you're playing there is not a chance I won't even play. If my son wants to play me in Madden, he's like, I'm the Bears.
We're both the Bears.
I won't. Yeah.
You're
No,
both the Bears.
I would never, ever.
I've never
under
picked another team.
Me either. No fucking way.
I do lie. Hold on.
I play with them all.
I think it was
I play with all the teams.
1992.
All the teams get played.
No.
1992, we did have one of those hat tournaments where you had to pick, and I had it wasn't Neil Lomax. Something Rosenbaugh for the Cardinals.
We had a league way back, and it was the same type of deal. And I was so fucking sick to my stomach that I didn't get Chicago. I offered some kid I'll give you $50. Just give me that. He's like, no, not doing it. I ended up with fucking Jacksonville. I was Jacksonville. Yeah, so fucking.
You had the new team Jags. Like they had what was that called?
I forget what year it was. Yeah.
What was that called? Wasn't supplemental draft. What was it called? Was it
Consolation
draft?
Expansion draft. We had to remember we were panicking because we let fucking Marcus Robinson be available
Yep.
to? They had to put every team had to put 4 guys available. They had to put them. If they didn't, if they took one of your guys, then you could take back 2. That's how it went. Something like that. The expansion draft, Jags. No, mine was the Cardinals with Tim Rosenbach. Thank you, Cam. He actually could move. I did make the finals, but I got beat. I did. I can't remember the running back. It might have been OJ Anderson, my running back.
All right, Claude, you're back on the spot. Who would be
Claude? What college team are you picking?
I don't know. I mean, I watch it. I don't follow a team, so I mean, I would guess I would go with probably Ohio State, maybe.
There he is.
You got some good receivers usually. I like throwing the rock, so I don't know.
Kenny's back. Claudio's back. He's going with Ohio State.
Kenny's not kidding.
Kenny's back. Kenny's back.
Live. I love it.
Back again.
Shamed him into fucking becoming.
So you want to know the bad part? You want to know the bad part?
Just look up all the patrons that
Kenny
declined and just fucking
Kenny
put them
just
out there
fucked
right now.
up because it's the end of the month, so they're gonna charge him for August, and then 2 days they're gonna charge him another $7.
You gotta give him some extra
give
content.
Kenny a discount if he stays. I love you, Kenny. Kenny's been here every week since I've returned. So
we're busting balls, but
we're having a lot of fun tonight. If you're just checking in, we're going off on a tangent.
We should have a fucking segment.
What?
We should have a segment.
Kenny
where
segment?
We'll take people's names and see if they're patrons, and if they've been declined or former patrons, we'll fucking call them out.
Wait,
browbeat them live on air.
Cherie, Ivan, or Claudio, just call out someone in the chat talking smack.
All right,
but are
let's do
they
it.
paid? Something like that.
Let's do it.
I like that.
I'll look at some random names. People want to be
Tone the Bone 047. I like the name Tone the Bone. Tone the
So
Bone.
who are you taking, Phil?
I am taking. Dun, dun, dun. Does Shane know who I'm going to take?
Yeah.
Who do you think?
Well, Iowa would be.
No. Yes.
Iowa.
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 IOW. I don't know why. One year I took Washington State. It was Bill Walsh college football with Drew Bledsoe, and I beat everybody's ass.
So when I was in college,
Iowa, I would take yes.
Was I in college or was I in
Claudio?
Yeah, when I was in Jesus Christ, no, I would have been in high school.
He's taking Northwestern.
Yeah, it was my sister, my oldest sister's husband now, but he was going to Cortland. I was a senior in high school. We used to play college football, and he was always Ohio State, and I was San Diego State because I fucking loved Marshall Faulk, the Aztecs.
Marshall.
Yep. We used to play a whole fucking season in one night.
Oh my God, Claudio and I, we all
be like, dude, it's 4:00. You play your game. Wake me up when you're done. I'll go play my. That's what we used to do.
Were you a fan of playing on the same team?
No,
I hated that.
Yeah, we used to do that a little bit, but I used to love just playing. Like I'll do that on my stand-up NBA Jam game with Riley. We get competitive as hell. On there.
There's always that dude you play with. It's usually like a young nephew or something, and he's like, "I want to be the receiver."
Yeah,
and he's running
I did
deep routes, curling.
I did a Madden franchise.
Wide open.
I did a Madden franchise with my nephew. Riley was involved, and it might have been my nieces. Well, they're married now, but at the time I was fiance. I think he may have been involved. And all of a sudden, I fucking smoke showing everybody.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I get in the fucking playoffs, and I come up. Riley's like, never fucking beat me.
Right.
And I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. Well, this little jerk snuck down because I was the commissioner.
Yeah.
So he got on my account. And then I go and I look at his fucking roster, and like the slowest dude on his fucking team. Like even his long snapper had a speed of like 97.
He snuck in and upped all.
He's like,
his
nope,
stats.
I didn't do it. I'm like,
Yeah,
because
right.
it'll show you. You can go and look as the commissioner who's been edited. Like even if you change their socks or add a visor, it'll show you all that shit.
That's
but
dope.
yeah.
You know what
Sneaky
I hated
little
when they
bastard.
first started doing online, where you could play people online. On
Yeah.
I think it was like PlayStation 2. I think it started.
Yes. it
Yeah.
was.
And you'd be beaten, you'd be winning.
They
and
had
at the
the
end of the
glitch.
game, all of a sudden they just cut out, and you
Cut
don't
out,
get
yeah.
the win. I'm
You
like,
don't get the. Oh, that was the
my
worst.
God, that was the worst.
Yeah. Well, I will be quick here, and then we'll get back to Bears talk. This was fun though. USC, I would play once they started adding the fight songs and playing music on the. I just love the.
That's what's the best about college football, man.
Dun, 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 dun. I would just love playing with
I'm going to
you.
try to get
Heard
done
it
work
on-
early and head to because I have season tickets to Syracuse. I don't know if I'll probably be a little bit late, but it's probably not even worth it playing fucking Colgate. It's crazy. But
So,
Dan's going on a limb.
Well,
Unpopular Dan. Unpopular Dan.
yeah, there's been some crazy Bagent talk. I mean,
by
obviously-
week 6?
By week 6, Dan.
So
is
Dan,
starting
is
it
that
up.
based on injury or play?
Yeah, Dan. Clarify. Clarify.
We got one dude, Lunatic, literally said
well,
Bagent's
he's
better than
defined by
Oh,
his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what
Defined by his name.
he got.
Which
he got
one of
pounced-
the
he got
se-
pounced on by fucking
Which one of the
Ricketts.
7,365 same comments are you talking about?
Dan
True.
puts his money here, his mouth. Play. All right, Dan.
I'm seeing it, man. There's a lot of fucking Dans that are declined patrons.
You know what I noticed when you said you're going to do that? We dropped like 50 people in our viewers. So I think
They
I'm
bounced
out
out.
of here. I'm bouncing out of here.
I'm not letting Shane call me out. I'm gonna fuck
Did
out
I?
of here.
All right, I'm looking people up right now. See if the numbers go down.
Listen, it's a fun show. We're getting obviously the Bears made some moves, transactions.
Chris Rabideau, he's lucky. He was at the
Rabideau.
bullseye. He's paid up. He's an active patron.
Listen, I'm excited about the Bears. The Bears. Here we go. Who's going to be opening day starting running back in the backfield first play? Who do you think?
First play, Khalil Herbert.
First play.
Herbert.
What's up, Perry?
Not that I think Herbert's the best running back that we
So
have.
you
I
think
just
Herbert will be out
I
there
think
first?
we'll start
round?
off with him, in the backfield first. Yep.
Shane?
I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I would.
That's a good money bet.
I put Deontay out there myself, but
Under center or shotgun?
Oh, yeah. Great question, Ivan.
yeah,
They surprised me the first week. They came out in the eye under center. Guess what, Ivan? Both plays they scored on. Just letting you know. Get out of the eye for the rest of and no. We'll see. I'm gonna say under center first play. Under center, and I agree. I would prefer with Shane and Cornelius, not Yukon Cornelius, but Cornelius Squalls. What's up, brother? I think Herbert, but I would pick Deonta Foreman as well.
yeah.
Two back set in shotgun. That's what I'm thinking.
You're going there.
Yeah.
I'd keep
Right,
Khalil
who's
in
your
the same
true back?
role as he was last year. I just think that's where he's going to be at his best. You and I talked about it a little bit.
Who?
Khalil Herbert. I'd keep him in the same role as he was last year.
Oh yeah, he's better as a situational use, a rotational back. You gotta throw body blows before you start striking these other punches. I think that's his best thing. So who's the other back, Ivan? Is it Blazing Game and Herbert? You're calling
No, I
shotgun
think
two
it's
backs.
gonna be Foreman.
Foreman and Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's not forget this. I know Jackal's not here,
yeah.
but to write it down.
I got to go out on a limb sometimes. Hopefully. I mean, we haven't seen many two-back sets out of shotgun, but especially with 2 running backs.
Shane, are you ready for Vincent? Is this ever going to happen for the Bears?
Hail Mary.
I'd do it. Why not? I mean, I would listen. Even if you don't connect on it, that's going to loosen up the defense.
I know.
You
We
have
say
the
it
fucking
every
horses
year.
to stretch it. Yeah, no, I get it.
We say it
There
every
she
year.
is.
There she is. People are excited. I
Steph,
was going with the protein shake.
Steph, can you check the sink real quick? Make sure it's not leaking and the smoke alarms.
Now
What?
the hot is up and the cold is down.
Oh, you reverse that shit. Fucking
the
Jackal.
Why is it like that?
Because originally it was done wrong, so you've gotten used to it the other way. So you're supposed to have it this way.
That's how your parents did.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. So we got used to it being wrong.
Well,
Why
we
don't you
have
go
dinner at
shit
10
in your
o'clock
hat? Coach O says.
I love you, Steph. The fans love you. Peace.
Got a first day of school tomorrow, guys.
First day. The boys.
The boys.
4th grade.
It was my first day today.
Steph, your Patreon payment's been declined, so
She can't hear. He said your patron payment has been declined.
Oh.
Listen. All right, sweetie. We're ending this show before 11 o'clock. So we got.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got time. I'm trying to be. One thing as a coach I have never been good at is time in preparation. I'm like, we're already at this time. Where did it all go? And then I extend it further, and parents get upset with me.
Not tonight.
But not here on this show. We're going to do it. First, Jonathan. Oh, look at Jim Larison's new AVI.
Yeah.
He's got the glasses like Yoko.
Larison's floating in the moat at the Larison Castle in Connecticut.
The Larison Castle in Connecticut.
Angelo, you ain't making it across that moat.
Wait, he's in
Just lay on
Connecticut
his
now?
back. He'll float over there.
There was this post on Facebook. Shane,
I'll bring it up.
Gotta
I
get
can
it.
grab it.
Gotta get it.
Yeah, the new
Just happened to
Larison,
pop up.
the new
A
Larison
castle
compound
in Connecticut is for sale. It has a fucking moat and a dungeon, and it looks like straight out of. And it is. Me and Shane are trying to fucking get Jim Larison to buy this castle and throw fucking Angelo.
There's a room in it called 1988. It's dedicated to the last year that Notre Dame was relevant in college football.
Ivan, who are you going to take as a college? I didn't hear yours.
Notre Dame.
Illinois. Oh, Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, unless Zorich.
Ivan wants to come right out with no quarterback. That's a true Bears fan right there.
All run, baby.
I like that dude.
Oh yeah, I like him.
I like that dude.
If it wasn't Notre Dame, it'd probably be Texas.
Did you know that Notre Dame's starting quarterback is 3 years older than the Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback?
Hey, whatever works, get it done.
Yeah.
No one cares your age. Just win, baby.
Get it done.
Where's Al Davis? Just win.
Was it Chris Winkie?
Yeah, Chris Wanky. He won a fucking Heisman. Wanky.
Yeah. So who would I
What's up,
take?
Perry? Didn't we?
It wouldn't
say
even be
one?
fun because I'd have
Like a
Alabama.
Commodore 64.
I'll make it competitive. I'll take Syracuse.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, now we got to get this. Whenever this game comes out,
Iowa.
we got to get this.
Claudio went.
You feel
way
like
out.
getting beat that bad, Ivan?
Ohio State.
Oh, it ain't happening.
Claudio has the talent advantage in this.
I can't wait until
I didn't say Bama. I could have said Bama.
Well, Shane, I thought
Shane's gonna
we
take
should
Bama.
we should make it interesting and say teams outside of the top 25.
I'm in
I like
Syracuse.
that.
Ivan could stay with Notre Dame.
I'd be Illinois.
Listen, I have to think. I have to think about it, Ivan. That's a good call. Our thoughts, good. You're getting us back on track. Clayton Stecker. Stoker or Stecker? What are the odds? Let us know. I'm going Stecker. Listen, Shane hit it out of the park. I don't know what their new defensive end, Shane, help me with the name. Khalid
Kareem. So real quick,
there's so many Ks.
Yeah, Courtney is on the radio right now, Carrie. We announced that she wouldn't be coming on BHL because they scheduled her to do a radio show.
She reached out. She'll be on next Wednesday night before Bears Packers. She's setting the tone for the season. God, he totally trolled my thought. Yes, Khalid Kareem. I like Terrell Lewis. I like Travis Gibson. Khalid Kareem. I have no idea. I know he played at Notre Dame. I know he's got 1 sack in his career. They're hyping him as more athletic. They love what they thought of him. He's got bend. He fits their scheme. He's all what Ian Cunningham said. This network's not going to lie to you. I don't know who he is. He's going to have to tell me the story.
Is this Muhammad? You talk about? It sounds like you're talking about Muhammad from last year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all. That's the,
he got cut
same
again.
Type
he
of
got
hype.
cut again by Indy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm cautious. Like there's a lot of upside there talking about, but I'm very cautious because you made a choice with Terrell Lewis, you made a choice with Travis Gibson, fine. But like if this is throwing somebody that like a friendly, if this is politics, then I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna lose my shit because he better not end up being like a Muhammad because Muhammad was promised to be a player that was gonna take a step. They were praising him like top to bottom, and he never was that.
Couldn't set the edge.
Right.
Never set the edge.
Never.
He was always, at some point, understand the situation that they're not running outside zone away from you for the 15th time. Play the outside shoulder of the quarterback and fucking sack him.
He wouldn't do it.
Oh my God. He wouldn't do it. He just kept going down.
So Keys guy has a good question here. Game on the line. Who do you want on the field? The Bears offense or defense? I'm going with their offense.
I have to go with the offense too.
Based on last, we haven't seen what this defense is.
I think you have more explosiveness on offense, especially on the outside. I mean, you can dislike Claypool, but he can bring an explosive element if he's locked in. But then you have the ultimate weapon in Justin Fields, even just with his legs. That's going to be a critical component to it. So
game on the line, I want there to be no refs, and then we'll be all right. We'll be good.
He wants NFL blitz.
No, but talking about the offense, getting rid of Terrell Smith and
Lewis.
Terrell Lewis, I'm sorry. We were talking before the show. Do you guys think this could be something of us trying to maybe bring in Chris Jones or bring in somebody else?
I just don't see it. I don't think they're that. I don't think they're there yet, man. Because
an interior guy.
He's a fantastic player. Along with it, so you're going to be giving up first-round draft pick, maybe even plus, to a 29-year-old interior defensive lineman. You're going to reset the market for defensive tackles in the NFL, and you're losing a huge chip if Justin doesn't take the next step. And it's a massive if they make that trade, that tells you that they are 100% in on Justin Fields. That's my take, looking at it from a business general manager's perspective.
Completely agree, though. That's very well said.
Massive game. I'm not shitting on his talent at all. fantastic. Huge asset to the team, but oof. The money plus the draft compensation. And like I said, when Buckner was traded to Indy, he was 26 or 27 years old. When we got Khalil Mack, he was 26, I think about ready to turn 27 years old when we acquired him. Chris Jones is 29. So it's
Hendricks is pointing out the other thing too. I mean, your gamble is that could be the first overall pick for the Bears again.
Oh, it could be, but if things listen, if Justin Fields ain't good, you could have 2 of those picks up there,
right?
So and it's a gamble. And if Justin Fields is not good, your team is not good, and you have a 29 going to be a 30-year-old defensive lineman on your team for next year moving forward. It's just, I love the thought of it. It's just it's a big gamble. I don't think that the Bears. I don't think they're there yet.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is that a ready? That's a ready to win now type of.
The Bears did this with Mitch Trubisky and Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And we all know. I mean, it was close. I mean, the Cody Parkey, but again, these are what ifs. I felt like, they were in line. They would have fucking went to the suit. I felt it. I really did. But again, we don't know. It didn't happen. Fucking hit the upright. They didn't make plays. The coach situational football is when I know who the coaches are. I am not going to be the guy that criticizes the coach for going for it on 4th and inches with the game on the line. I fucking respect that. You put it on the players. It's the coach that pusses out and decides he's going to kick the field goal and it's wide right. There's moments where all of us, I don't care who you are in the chat or a hater troll, all of us know the moment. This is the time you got to go for it. You got to set the tone and continue the drive or whatever. The Chicago Bears have had a lot of shoe salesmen at the coach and making these decisions. Eberflus, to me, and this whole staff is an unknown. We are going to find out. There is 0.0 chance that you can say, well, we gave it our best against Green Bay and define. No, you got to fucking everything you got. I don't care who you got. You got to bring the ghost of Halas back and have a seance at fucking Halas Hall. There has to be a victory there and set the tone of this franchise. You have to do it. This coach has to do it. I heard Ryan Pohl. I love him. What is he going to say? The people are, well, he's going out of his way. Eberflus doing all the right things. Love him. Okay. This is the biggest game for the Chicago Bears in a decade. It really is for me. This is the setting of the tone.
I mean, I would say it's the biggest game for the Bears since the Saints playoff game. That's probably the best way to look at it. It has to be approached like it's a playoff game. And we've talked about that. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that's overhyping it. You cannot fucking lose to the Green Bay Packers in Soldier Field
with Jordan
with a changing of the guard at quarterback for them.
Yeah, you can't.
You just become a joke. You become a punt. Even if you turn it around, it's hard to get out from that fucking shade. So I agree with you, Shane. Again, you're on the money. It's got to be taken like a fucking playoff game. Those guys, you're professionals. I always hate the fucking stat boy. They play fantasy all the time and they know everything, blah, blah, blah. But they don't know the motivation of the coach getting out the paid player. That's why there's so much emphasis by this staff which is a total different direction than Ted Phillips, about the character. Do they love the game of football? This game in 2 weeks' time, or a week and whatever the number is like a playoff game for this.
It's got to be. That's got to be the mentality, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think Eberflus should approach it that way. I think Ryan Poles should approach it that way. Ian Cunningham. They know. Yeah. You can't let Jordan Love come into Soldier Field and do that. I mean, if you're Jordan Love and you lead a game-winning drive, are you going to the fucking middle of the end zone with the fucking discount double check and say I own you? I'd do it. Fucking goddamn right.
Oh my God, I would use every fucking motivating.
You're damn right.
Again, I love the game of football, but I hate the poo-pooing of professional football. No. The goal should be maniacal and finding those guys that love the game of football, that understand. And it's a very difficult balance. I get it. There's very selfish people and players out there and coaches, but it's up to you in that job to make them understand this rivalry is important. Forget the McCaskies. We always talk about, right? The McCaskies fucking George Halas cared about the fucking game of football, hated the fucking Packers. But the fans, you fans are the ones that live with it. You live with it. You're the guy at your job getting your balls broke by some fucking snobby ass Packer fuck. You're going to work. The Dunkin' Donuts guy, all of a sudden, he's fucking talking shit at you.
So Caesar, I just brought his name up. I'm still stuck on the Caesar. Put in the chat what your last name starts with. You just have to give me. Yeah. What your last name starts, just the first letter. We're playing the TTNL Patron game.
TTNL Patron.
See if he doesn't respond. He might not like the information that I have for him.
Well,
he's safe. He's safe. It's okay. All right. He's safe. It's not you, Caesar.
He is the number 2 quarterback.
So here, I don't think you guys touched on this too much.
Good question.
Yeah, the new O lineman Dan Feeney that we picked up. What do you guys think about him? Are you guys excited?
I like the guy. Yeah, I like seeing offensive linemen that have, the fucking mullet, the ugly ass mustache, drinking the beer at the fucking Islanders hockey game and smashing the can against his head. Just that mentality as an offensive lineman, I love. And he's versatile. And that's exactly what the Bears need. I originally thought that it was a pick swap. But I think the reason that they didn't, he signed for like little over $3 million in Miami as a free agent from the Jets. And they guaranteed most of that in signing bonus. So Miami is on the hook for that. So he comes to the Bears only being owed like $1.02 million, something right along those lines that the Bears are on the hook for. So that's why you saw the compensation be a 6th, because most of these trades that were made were you'd get a player and a 7th for your 6th rounder. But I have no problem with it. He's another local kid that, wants to be, grew up rooting for the Bears or whatever he did. So I have no problem with the move. They need depth there. They need experienced depth, versatile depth. And now they have another guy. So I like the trade.
I like the trade too. I mean, I can't say anything more than Shayne. I think he looks like he's the former Giants coach. I forget the dude's name.
Oh,
he was terrible. I think he coached with the Packers too.
Yeah, it's
but he plays with versatility and athleticism. He got strength at the point of attack, something that I feel like is necessary. Where they're going to play him, center or guard, is yet to be seen. He could play both. That versatility is there. But the big thing for me is he's more athletic than you would think, and he plays with functional power. So I'm excited.
Number
about
67 he took.
Ben McAdoo. Correct.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
He looks like Ben McAdoo.
He does.
Thank you.
He does.
I'm like, it's fucking Ben McAdoo's son. But yeah, I'm excited about him. We'll break down a few, some tape of these guys to give you TTNL and try to get that together next week for you guys. Some of the, Feeney. Feeney. Sorry.
Yeah,
he's
Feeney,
Irish.
yeah.
Feeney. And Green.
Cheetah from Hill, the wide receiver from Miami. He was not happy. He was not happy about the Dolphins losing Feeney in
that
trade.
was his boy.
He tweeted out, "Yep."
I also want to agree with something George, the actor, Shane. George, the Chinese sitcom actor.
Yeah.
Is saying that I agree. Chicago Bears fans, whether you live in Chicago, in Illinois, or being from another country or city traveling there, you're not measured by where you're from. It's where you're at. I'll just say that little fun.
There you
point.
go.
So even if you're from
But
Boston,
you have to fucking be loud and be that 12th man. You have to help this fucking football team. If you're more concerned with Stella's fucking tits that are hanging out and you're not paying attention to the game, then you're not doing your fucking job. Get in the stands and get these fucking fans loud and help that defense out. Don't get loud when Justin's 3rd and 12. Get loud when Love is 3rd and 12. And then we all know the deep in is coming.
Yeah, that's one thing, I bought my son season tickets to Syracuse just because we're so close and it's a easy little trip for us. But in Syracuse, they know when you come into I'm still always going to call it the Carrier Dome. When you come into the Carrier Dome, they know, everybody knows if you're a Syracuse fan that on 3rd down, they're gonna play Hell's Bells, and every fucking Syracuse fan is gonna stand up, and you can't hardly hear yourself whatsoever in there because it gets so loud. And they need to create that atmosphere. Listen, if you've ever played sports, when the crowd is into it, it gives you that extra 10%, if not more, that you need.
There it is.
Crowd is a big part of it. When they say the 12th man, that's exactly what you need to be. So you can have an impact on the Green Bay Packers game by doing your job. Phil, you and I have talked about it. Why are you being so loud? We're here to... No, you're not doing your fucking job sitting down on 3rd down. When Jordan Love
was there, when I fucking called out the whole section.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and listen, it just so happened to be Mitch's best game. It was Tampa, Chicago, if you remember. And it's the beginning of the game.
I got in trouble that game.
People are sitting down on 3rd down. I'm like, get the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop. And people responded to me, thankfully. There was no fights. They got up, they did it, and you saw the result. It does matter.
Damn
It
right
does. and the sound and the Bears. I don't know. I think I hear the guy. All right, everybody stand up. You know, he does that, but you need a song. You need to determine that song to get the fans to know this is the culture. This is the fucking. You paid all this motherfucking money to go,
and you respond to it. Like I said, in Syracuse, it's Hell's Bells, and you hear it, and everybody just. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing. Everybody stands up. Everybody starts screaming. The PA announcer goes, "Third down," and everybody starts going fucking crazy. And it's every single third down in the game. Doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 1, if it's 3rd and 14, if it's the third quarter, if it's the first quarter. They do it every time, and it helps set the tone.
I agree with you. That and George got me fired up because you just got to do it. You're paying what? $300, whatever you pay. Like, have an impact. If Joey and Steph Tuna over there don't want you yelling, go watch the game in the fucking parking lot. Help the defense out. I know Lovey called it the fourth.
Do we think that Lunatic is just generally unhappy to like be alive as a human?
Yeah, he's in a padded cell somewhere. They gave him a fucking cell phone. I don't know.
I tell you, man,
Lunatic. Is there anything positive? Lunatic's next. I love taxes.
His profile picture is bullshit. I mean, it looks so happy and everything, but he's about the most negative person with everything.
Dude, I lost
What's this,
my
a Mario
voice.
coin? What's he talking?
I don't know.
No thing he's talking about. I have no idea. What is Mario coin? Listen, we're having fun with Lunatic.
Yeah, the Bears air raid is loud and in Madden 24. They play it all the fucking time. Oh yeah.
There you go. They brought the side. I like that. So, Dan, since you've been there, you play the siren as a forewarning. We're coming up on 3rd down. And then you need a DJ or someone that meshes in the song. So it's like, and the guy's like, 3rd down, let's go. And then it's whatever it is.
Yep. Get them
now the crowd. Now you're all you established like it's time to feel this music, feel this team, and help them out. Hopefully they do that. I've always thought it's so important for the Bears to get that kind of motivation. Ivan has told us the baby has woken up. He's got to go handle that. We understand. Family first here. I love Cherie's mom. Yes. I love Cherie's mom. Family first. Family first. Where did Cherie go? Did she write something?
She had to bounce, yep.
Yeah, she had to bounce too. Something happened.
Cherie, I love you. Where are you? She's got to bounce. I missed you. Anyway. Any other things that we need to talk about tonight? Trying to think. Did I miss?
What do you think about some stuff from the game from the defense? Tyreek Stevenson. You know, we didn't talk about the secondary really. How do you think they played?
Yeah, it was a hell of a pick. I mean, it was super, super close. I mean, I think if he wouldn't have tied his shoes, he would have been out of bounds. But no,
He got beat too on a touchdown, didn't he? He got beat on a touchdown. Was that him? I thought so. I thought it was him. Before
he had the one in Indy, but that was more so on
that was the
Adrian
Colbert.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, Adrian Colbert was the culprit there. He got smoked in the end zone and lost his guy, and then he tried to make up for it, but Tyreek didn't do himself any favor. I mean, that's a pick all fucking day long. In real time, I thought he picked it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, touchdown. I'm like, wait, what? And that's like
right through his hands.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. So, real quick, our secondary players, do they have like, or did they update the? Did they update the thing, or they still have guys that were cut? No, they did update it because Q Johnson is in on the app. So Blackwell made it back. That was a guy,
and he hasn't played all camp. He's been out, but they listen. They consider Blackwell
special teams guy.
Yeah, they consider Blackwell, Dylan Cole, guys like that. Those are special team demons that they, that have definite roles, there on this team. So that's going to be key for them.
Kid still Jones from Ole Miss continues to stay on the roster.
Yep.
Terrell Smith
I know he didn't look good against Chicago in the joint practices, but Darius Rush would have been a claim for me, the corner, and he fucking ends up in Kansas City of all places. I can't believe somebody didn't claim him ahead of Kansas City. But the kids.
Khalid Kareem, former 6'4", 268. One career sack in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
The stats for the Bengals.
Right, yeah, that's who drafted him.
For the Bengals. So we got blazing game. Gonna play specials and fullback. Logan.
How about the other fullback, Burns?
Burns is on the practice squad.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game.
He did. Tevin Jenkins will be moved to IR tomorrow, so that's going to open up a spot too
for Taylor.
Trent,
yep.
Trent Taylor. You got Fields and Bagent, Foreman, Herbert, Homer, Johnson. So you got 4 backs and a fullback.
Yeah.
3 tight ends. Go ahead.
DJ, I get NFL Red Zone, but I'll be honest. I know some people love it. I know Ryan Cox is a huge fan of it. I never use it.
It's really good if you do fantasy football.
Yeah, if you do fantasy football, I get it.
It's well worth it because it shows you every score.
I am not that guy that wants just the fucking, the plays. I want to, like, if I'm going to tune into a game that's non-Bears, that's what's cool about YouTube TV is that you're going to be able to have 4 on the screen at one time.
Yeah.
So that's going to be kind of cool when I'm not watching. Like when I watch the Bears, I'm not having 4.
Used to be able to have 8. Remember?
Yeah.
Used to be able to have 8. That was the best.
I just watched the Bears and then
me too. Yeah, I mean, I might put the quad screen up there for the, and have 4 on there, just kind of look around. But
all
right, let's do this.
Do you have an answer to this yet or no?
It's not set.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
People keep asking, so
yeah,
it's just difficult because I'm coaching and because there's family stuff that we're trying to set this so it 100% happens.
But it's probably going to be later in the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be after November, probably.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The way that it's looking, because Phil's fucking it all up, but it's fine.
The one guy, Shayne has no issues.
The one guy that you're upset that
real quick, DJ, hit me up at Wazram on Twitter if you want it.
Hit me up. I got a code.
Or it doesn't matter either or. Can you send yours out yet?
I have no idea. They probably sent me. So I'm just joking.
Yeah, just hit me up on Twitter and I'll give you. I have a thing for a discount code for you. So
I think they sent me something. I didn't know.
Hopefully you have Twitter and hit me up and I'll send you the code that'll give you a little bit of a discount.
The one guy that made the team that you don't think should have. Let's end it there and go to Shoutouts. For the Bears.
The one that made it that I don't think should have?
Yeah. I have a guy. Maybe we're all going to agree.
Let me go through. Well, I kind of alluded to mine And like I said, I know it's probably a hot take for some people, but I'm gonna go. I would have, like I said, Lucas Patrick to me has done nothing here, and I understand that he's a vet. I mean, that's it. He's a vet. Just looking it over real quick. I mean, Phil, you can go on to your guide. Let me take another quick peek here and
Mine
see.
is Equanimous St. Brown.
That would probably be definitely
That's my guy
for sure.
EQ.
Or Velus Jones. That's who I'm gonna go with.
I thought
EQ or Velus. I would have said either one because
Shane's guy
Fountain played good. I don't know. Yeah, Fountain.
I thought he outplayed Equanimous, and I felt like that was a letdown that you kept EQ. If your best trait as a receiver is inconsistent hands and you're a good blocker, then you belong in the CFL. We've seen enough of EQ. He's a teaser.
Patrick and EQ would be my two that I could definitely
former
question.
Packers.
Yeah,
both.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a Packer that was a stud? Is it Hunter Hillenmeyer? Is that it? I don't know if I consider him a stud that came over here and played well from the Packers. I'm trying to think. I think Hunter was the only one that I got. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when they signed Edgar Bennett. I was like, oh,
he was great opening day with the 80-yard screen.
And he still didn't have 100 yards that game.
Yeah. Oh my God, we'll have to see on Tanyan. You're right, Cody. We'll have to see there, but we haven't seen anything from any.
According to Peter Bukowski, I had a thing with him last year. He said Tanyan was better than Komet, so he thought Tanyan was better.
Right, so now we got both.
Now we'll see.
I bet you he's done a 180. Tanyan sucks.
Exactly.
That's the kind of analysis sometimes. I could be wrong, Peter. Leave it in the chat, Peter. Do you like Tanyan or no? Was it a good signing, Peter? Should ask him that, Claudio. Thoughts on Robert Tanyan, Peter? See what he says.
The one guy that we got from the Packers, it was actually a trade. And I always go back to it.
Will Mookie Hill is jumping in with you.
Yeah. So the Bears traded a 7th rounder, Mark Hatley, at the time traded a 7th round draft pick to Green Bay for Glenn Milburn. Glenn Milburn had a couple nice returns on special teams for the Bears, so you're excited.
Yeah.
Only problem was that 7th rounder that you gave to Green Bay, they fucking used it and drafted a wide receiver. His name was Donald Driver, who was a notorious Bear killer. So that's usually the way that it
Milburn to Driver to killer. That is the story there. I'm excited about Tanyan. I can't wait to see like a full game of him.
Did you hear his story about when he was in?
Claudio should be happy.
He started with
big Rex Grossman fan.
He actually started with Detroit.
Yeah. And they called him in to sign a practice squad deal.
And then they said that they couldn't. They pulled it and told him he couldn't find the contract. Well, then the next year he went in and his buddy got cut. And his buddy, he got cut via text. So his buddy copied the text.
Yeah.
Texted it to Tanyan. So Tanyan thought he was cut.
Yeah.
So he got pissed off and grabbed his iPad and went into the facility and went and saw the people and threw his fucking iPad down. And he's like, they were like all excited to see me. And he's like, I couldn't figure out I'm fucking cut. And he wasn't cut. His buddy was playing a fucking joke on him. I'm like, that's fucking ruthless.
Yeah, that is a tough one. It's the life of the NFL. It's crazy. Brandon, I wanted Ojemudia from Iowa to make the team too. I was there too. I thought he showed me a lot throughout. Again, I saw him in the games. I didn't see him in practice, but I was hoping he at least would come back to the practice squad. He hasn't been invited.
Well,
there.
there's still a lot of slots open. What do they have? 6.
They have
5.
So they have the
5
extra.
slots.
No, they have an extra one because of the.
Yeah, I know, but 5 would take him to 16, right? Because
They have
didn't
11
sign-
now, so they would be.
Oh yeah,
6.
so yeah, right. They would have 6, right? Because
Look at me, math.
Look at you, math.
Josh sitting. Hopefully, we have 2 Packer tight ends. We've had 3 Packer tight ends in year. Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham
made it-
started as a Saint, or was he a Dolphin first?
Saint.
No, he's a Saint. He's back on the
played
Saints.
at Miami.
He just
Yeah, he
made
made a team.
What's
just made the team again.
What was the story that he got arrested, but he had a seizure?
Yeah, he was
What is
driving,
this
I think. Yeah, I think he was driving. And
he was driving.
I think so, yeah. And he
Oh,
got pulled over because maybe he was driving erratic, I think, or something like that.
Oh, but turns out he had a seizure, so it's gonna
Yeah.
clear up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Clinton Dix story was one. Casey, that was a bad one. Yeah, it hasn't been pretty. Josh sitting for a minute there. I actually like Josh sitting.
Yeah, and that was the week of the first game.
Picked him up.
Yeah, yeah.
He ended up
That's when
starting the game.
They
right?
moved. They moved Kyle Long from guard to tackle.
Guard to tackle.
Yeah.
Josh Sitton made it happen for me. Listen, we'll be back next week. We had a lot of fun tonight. I am exhausted. Shane's exhausted. You, the fan. Jackal didn't even show up.
They was kids. Jackals.
Yeah, the Jackal class. Tomorrow will be our first scrimmage. Boys are going to school for the first day. Are your kids in school? I know Illinois already went like weeks ago.
Yeah, someone said the 13th they started. That's
Jesus.
Oh,
When do they get out, man?
They must get out early. Yeah.
Jeez.
But I guess it's nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Our kids here start like next Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Well, that makes
Wow.
sense. You should do that
Right after the
Labor Day.
fucking Labor Day.
Here it's
Yeah.
Thursdays tomorrow, and you have 1 day, and 2 days, and then a long weekend. Kind of whack.
It's whack.
Listen, I enjoyed tonight's show. I hope you did. Please leave some comments. Have some fun. Bears are getting ready. We can all come together and enjoy that. We're going to play the condensed version of the Shoutout song, Claudio's favorite.
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love.
You're on the air, baby. You're on. You did it. You made it.
I think we should start during the season send us a video shout out. We'll put your shout out on the air. Man, Shane would love that.
Yeah, so stoked. Lunatic could be like, I fucking hate puppies and old people and Christmas.
Shout out to every what would they call them? The dog catcher. He's shouting out dog catchers. Thought that would be more funny, but it wasn't. Totally missed.
I wasn't
Totally
following
missed
you
on that.
at all. Yeah. Swing and a miss. But you're laughing. That's all that matters.
Shout out to all the dog catchers out there putting those poor innocent animals. Anyway, Claudio the barber.
Yeah. Let's make it short and sweet. Shout out to you guys, obviously. Shout out to Cherie. I've been doing their thing. You know, hope everything's good with Cherie. And shout out to Jackal. I still love you, bro. I still love you. We miss you here. So hopefully you come back. But yeah, man, I'm just excited. I'm excited. Shout out to Poles. You know, Poles really just a breath of fresh air to listen to him talk. You know, after the years of you know, the other horrible GMs. So yeah, so there you go. Let's go. I'm ready.
Good stuff. Claude's ready. Claude is ready. Question is Shayne ready for his shout? I don't even know if you had dumbest tweets. I totally skipped that, but
no, I'm good.
We could wait for next week. Good.
Yeah, there was a couple doozies along the way. Actually, let me do your shout out, Phil. I'm just I'll shout out all you guys. I want to upload this little clip of the Arizona Cardinals head coach and see what you guys would be like. I mean, I know you like to railroad Eberflus for whatever reason, but I'm going to upload this video of the Arizona Cardinals head coach talking to his number one wide receiver, and I want to see how you would react if this was your head coach. So,
Get in somebody's ass today.
And I'm not going to break that down on all 22 cars, but yeah, we'll do other stuff.
Listen, I want to shout out you, the fans that support this show every single week. There's so many of you. We tried to tonight just include everybody, take a break from bringing on guests, and really focus on your comments in the chat, not just the negative ones, the positive ones, and show some positivity and camaraderie as we
like
put
that,
it all
dude.
together.
Damn.
How can I be positive about that?
Mullet.
You got something to say? Go ahead, say it.
Lunatics like his fucking mustache is crazy. This guy sucks.
That forehead has smashed so many cans of beer.
If Larry Bird had an offensive lineman son, that's him.
Yeah. So true.
Listen, I love you guys and all of the support. Listen, in this day and age, there's a lot of negativity and short clips and going viral and people taking out their phones before reaching out their hands. On this network, we've called out the truth, whether it be comfortable or not. It is always coming from a place of truth. And I toast this network. I shout out the TTNL Network and the family. That stuff is real. Eric Clements, former ESPN broadcaster, said it best. He's like, it is a family. And it's a place where you go to get the truth. And sometimes you might not like what you have to hear, but at the end of the day, it ends up coming to fruition. And that's why there's so many people that support this network. And I thank you, Eric, for those kind words. And I'm shouting him out for that to keep me focused on why I did this with my boy here, who is an amazing person. Music
Fucking
went
right.
out for some reason.
No, I did it. I have that.
So
So if this was
I
your
got to
head,
give you so much love right
that's
now.
fine.
I was
I'm
in
over it.
flow for you. He doesn't want it, ladies and gentlemen. Performance. Go ahead.
So if this was your head coach talking to your wide receiver one, talking about him making plays, and he gives him the audio version of him making plays, how would you? I know you didn't like the handshake with Flus and
The McCaskey
George
hand-
McCaskey, but to me, this is way more cringeworthy.
It was Pat McCaskey.
Or
Okay.
whoever it was.
Just-
But yeah,
someone's
Here
going
you-
to correct you.
Here you go. This is the Arizona Cardinals head coach.
Good.
What?
What?
The fuck? What was that? I don't understand. What he's
Yeah,
doing.
Did we
the
just become best friends?
Hollywood Brown, got traded to Arizona last year
Wait.
before.
Arizona, their head coach is Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he came from Philly. But this is his first interaction with him. He walked up and he's like, good. And he's like, choo, 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 choo. You're gonna be making plays. You're fast. It's just so uncomfortable and awkward.
Good.
Wow.
Listen,
they're obviously tanking that team, right? I mean,
if McLovin got a coaching job,
shit,
that would be it. McLovin.
That's like the best clip ever, though.
Good.
You should do is put dun 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 dun. Time it. What was it? I'm trying to use the phone. Oh, I miss Pee Wee Herman. God bless him. God bless him.
Shout out to Pee Wee.
Shout out to Pee Wee. Shout out to Pee. What other Bears podcast is shouting out Pee Wee Herman?
We got our own Pee Wee.
Who did that clip? It's fucking hilarious.
That was me about 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't I couldn't sleep. Yep.
Parade wave. It's great.
I'm not smart.
All right, guys. We'll be back next week with the Best Bears Podcast television show on the planet with Courtney Cronin of ESPN. Yes, Courtney informed us. We informed you. If you weren't paying attention, now you know.
Got to ask her about the 3 iPhones. She did an Instagram. She's got 3 iPhones now.
3 iPhones.
She's blowing up.
She's blowing up like she's the new Adam Schefter with all these phones.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see her next Wednesday night. Obviously, Bears Hour Live will be live come Packer Sunday. The game of the week, Shane.
We get a little break this weekend.
Yes, we get some family time. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can wait for
that. We'll see you guys next week. If you're a patron, you want to keep that notification button locked in. Shout out to everybody out there. Let's go Bears.
If you're a patron, make sure you check your card. You don't want to be shamed on air.
That's right. August 1st, our new segment. I'm going to start calling motherfuckers out live on air.
You better make sure you got $7 in that fucking account.
Do we want to pick one more person in the chat?
No. Next week, we'll be back. We'll see you. God bless and go Bears.
What's up, everybody? This is NFL Network's Adam Ray.
This is Only Crouch.
This is Matt Waldman.
This is Chris Zork from your Chicago Bears.
I'm Deion Miller.
Dan Weaver.
Hey, man, it's Rashad Whitfield.
I'm Courtney Cronin.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Listen to me. You want to learn football? Listen to my guys, Phil and Shayne.
Shayne and Phil. Shayne and Phil. Oh, Phil.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network. Home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
Good.